A man of his class and caliber, with all the wealth he has at his disposal, and he is able to compose himself, conduct himself in the manner that he does. He is the only one who is supporting the president of the country, Chido. If this country is fixed, people from other African countries will be coming to look for jobs there, and they will be available.
This is US Africa Television. Special interview with Chief Nneji Athan Achonu, former Senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, an international businessman and a development specialist. He is going to talk with us this afternoon on issues regarding the empowerment of communities, the issues of the February 25th presidential elections, which is only less than a month away. Chief Achonu, it's nice to have you on US Africa TV this afternoon. You came back, Nneji Athan Achonu. Chief, it's nice to be with you again.
Chido, you know it's always a pleasure to talk to you.
You're quite forthright in your opinion. You don't shake or sugarcoat things. You call them as you see them. There is a major crisis emerging in terms of safety and security in the eastern part of Nigeria, where you also come from. The former sole administrator of Idato North local government area, Mr. Hizu, was recently slaughtered, killed in a very barbaric and painful manner. What do you think such situations hold as implications for the entire region of the southeast of Nigeria?
I was devastated, Chido, when I watched that video. I watched a so-called Igbo man use a knife painstakingly to cut off the neck of a fellow Igbo man in the name of Biafra. Chido, which Biafra? Is it not the same Biafra that I sacrificed my right arm for? That I enlisted in the boys' company as a 10-year-old boy to rather die than let them run over my people and my town. Chido, how can any sane human being come out and say he is protecting the interest of Igbos under Biafra and he is killing the same Igbos? What have these poor Igbos who live in the rural areas, what have they got to do with it, for God's sake? And you say you are doing this in their interest. You know, in my wildest imagination, I can't imagine an Igbo doing such things to fellow Igbos. Now, I think something is wrong. Maybe these people are not Igbos, they have learnt the language and infiltrated Igbo land. That is my belief. No sane Igbo man will use a knife, cut the throat of a fellow Igbo. And in an election that is taking place all over Nigeria, so they don't want Igbos to have a voice in that election, something is wrong. Because if they don't allow Igbos to vote, to choose who will be the president of Nigeria, where are the Igbos going to go after the election? These people who are making this claim, Chido, do they have the capacity to stop this election nationwide? Why have they not done that, since they are that strong? They are only coming to kill Igbos in the villages, in market. They are not Igbos. Something is wrong.
Why is there a lot of emphasis on the fight in Imo State?
Chido, it's not only Imo State.
No, emphasis, the majority of the killings.
Yes. That is what I'm yet to understand. And
State.
Igbo, I'm from Imo State. And there's some the killings, even around my area. There have been killings, shootings. They will come, they will shoot in the air. That's what I've been told. Shoot in the air, shoot in the air. For what? To scare people. So they are not Igbos. They don't want a president that will favor Hausa, Yoruba, and including Igbos to emerge. Something is terribly wrong somewhere.
What do you think the federal government should do?
Federal government has not done anything up till now.
Yeah, why are they dragging their feet?
Chido, I have tried to repair them. Strenuous efforts. I'm now working with the police stations to repair and funding the repair of APCs. I have provided vehicles for police. There is nothing I have not done to ensure security.
APCs, armored personnel carrier.
Yes, because they are shooting these poor boys, these policemen.
So
they're shooting them.
Think you are trying to repair APC with the political party. So we don't mix it up.
What?
So that they will
yes. Armored personnel carrier, yes. The armored personnel carriers that I'm repairing. I'm fixing about 9 of them right now as we speak. Yes, with my personal resources to support the government. The government is doing. Uzodimma's government bought a lot of vehicles now, pickups. But these armored personnel carriers are bulletproof. So, and they are attacking Okigwe zone. Okigwe zone is a target. You understand? So this is terrible. Something is going on. Traditional rulers are there. They are not arranging vigilantes, and everybody has said traditional rulers should raise vigilantes to protect themselves. You understand? They are not doing that. They should do that in conjunction with Nigerian police. Police is ready to work with them because police, they don't have the men. That's the truth, Chido. They don't have enough men to go around and equipment. So they should be assisted by vigilante groups raised by communities, town unions and president generals, and then the traditional rulers. Everybody in Igbo land should rise up. Think this is getting out of hand.
It is getting out of hand.
Yes. This is getting out of hand. I'm appalled.
In terms of the ultimate governance of the country, some people think it's a four-way fight. Kwankwanso, Atiku Abubakar, Bola Tinubu, and Governor Peter Obi. What are your assessments of the options on the table?
Chido, there are no options on the table. This is God sometimes acts in mysterious ways.
Yes.
I granted an interview before I left the Senate that God brought Buhari and Peter Obi at the same time in the history of this country. That it is either Nigeria restructures or Somalia will be a child's play to what is going to happen. That's the interview I granted. And you can see now God bringing these two friends, Atiku and Tinubu, attacking each other viciously, eliminating their chances at the presidential election. Because there is no sane person who will see what is going on now and even try to consider them as choices. It will not make any sense. And my brother, let's be honest with ourselves. This is our country. We don't have any other country. I know the system has been a gatekeeping system, rent collecting system, because government is the biggest spender in this our economy. It's government. My brother, a country where there are 6 pipelines sucking our crude privately to the pipe to the ocean, sucking our crude. A country where ships will bring petroleum products, they move back with the same petroleum product. They say they register it as having been supplied. Go back and go and sell them in Ghana and other places. A country where snake will swallow millions of dollars. A country where ant will eat up rat and ant will eat up millions and millions of dollars. And the rat still remain the same size. The rat, you see it, is the same size. such a country where look, where do I start? Where do I stop? A country where all our solid minerals are being mined privately. Crude, the whole crude, we can't account for them. Gold, diamond, lithium, everything, they mine them on a daily basis in a massive scale without paying a kobo to the government. A country where, how many months now have our students stayed out of school? Our children. Chido. Where do I start? Is it the health facilities? What? No electricity, nothing. Manufacturers can't produce. You can't build an industry, you can't do anything in this country. And you're asking me what choices there are. Peter Obi is the only person among the whole lot who has been proven to be prudent, with an impeccable character, who can manage the resources well. I don't really like Peter Obi. I like a good life. I like to drive expensive cars, wear good clothes, expensive watches. But that's not him. That's not who he is. But I respect him. I have never respected anybody the way I respect this gentleman. A man of his class and caliber, with all the wealth he has at his disposal, and he is able to compose himself, conduct himself in the manner that he does. He is the only one I will support to be president of my country, Chido. I don't have any doubt in my mind about that.
So you're saying that as February 25 comes around, people should look at their interests. Would they, if Nigeria were to be a multinational, any kind of corporation, how would you approach it?
Okay, I'm asking them this question you are throwing at me now. My fellow Nigerians, we know what this problem is. Peter is not coming after anybody. Peter is not EFCC. He is not police. If you have stolen monies and then there is evidence against you, you go to court and defend yourself. But if you have made a lot of money from the government, it's legitimate. I mean, so long as your contract is approved, you didn't steal any, you made so huge profit from it. It's only Peter that will create the economy where you will invest it. And I'm begging the governors, all the monies you people have looted, acquired, any governor that has looted money and acquired money, don't be afraid. Peter, quietly tell your people to put Peter in power so that you will be alive to eat this money. Because if anarchy comes, nobody knows who will survive. Talk to your people. You people are sensible, intelligent people. That money, so your children will be able to enjoy it. There is opportunity to invest money in Nigeria. The solid mineral sector has not been touched. When we now make laws to be processing these things in country, you will have opportunity to invest this money. You bring it from abroad. The wealth your family for generations will have will be unimaginable. It will be stupendous. Please, let us reason like human beings. Peter is the man. You may be in APC, you may be in PDP. Quietly tell your people what to do. We know the truth. Let me ask you people this same question. If you have only a small business that will provide livelihood for you and members of your family, and then these 4 men, they came to apply for the position to manage that's your life savings for you, who will you employ? If you know who you will employ, vote him. Campaign for him. It's up to us. What do we want as a country? Do we want to survive? Do we want to make progress? That is the question. We have come to a watershed.
Some people don't want things to change.
The people who don't want things to change are only the criminal elements who think that this system is protecting them, who have files at EFCC, at police, at DSS, at Code of Conduct Bureau, and they are being protected and shielded. So they want the status quo to remain. Those are the only people who don't want things to change. Who will not want things to change, Chido? In a country that is blessed by God, that has abundant material and human resources, that the sky is the limit for our country, Chido. Who is hardworking that wouldn't want things to change? For us to have a level playing field.
What of those who say that Peter does not have the infrastructure or the structure, as it were, to win the election?
Let me tell you, Peter, it's just like when I wanted to run for Senate. They said, the man, he's not going anywhere. He has no structure. That's what they said. I laughed. When I called a meeting of my handlers and told them that, please, I'm going to campaign that I'm not giving anybody 1 naira. They said, no, they are resigning. That how can I say that? That is how politics is played. So that if I say that they will resign. So I knew that if I don't handle them well, I will not participate in this election. So I told them, no problem. So Chido, I called a meeting of Okigwe zone in my country home. I took microphone. I said, please, gents and gentlemen, this politics, I don't want to play it the way they have been playing it. Please, I'm not going to give anybody 1 naira for transport, all this. They all hell broke loose. They jumped up, started shouting that they came from this place. Oh, they almost mobbed me. So I stood still. I was afraid, but I stood my ground. So the director general of my campaign organization came and whispered into my ear, I think I won you. So I shook my head as if I have now agreed. So they thought I had agreed. I shook my head. So they now went back. They were looking at me, with anger in their eyes, that they were going back to their seats. So I targeted one man who was very violent in his approach. I looked at his shoe. The shoe was open. There was no shoe. It was a rag. So when he sat, I said, excuse me, sir. He said, yes. I said, sir, please, how many years have you practiced this politics? Over 30 years, and you are here telling me rubbish. I said, sir, any business that you have engaged in for 30 years and you can't buy a shoe, is it a good business? The man was shocked. Everywhere went silent. I asked them, I said, please, if I'm your brother, I will go to Abuja, sell my house, 600 million, because I want to run for Senate. Then I come here and I'll be sharing it. At the end of the day, I win. Immediately I go into Abuja, what will you tell me to do first? They said, you should buy another house. I said, thank you. If I buy that house, will I not make profit? They said, you will. I said, okay, sir. If I'm your brother, will you not come and tell me that, oh, please, your house is an old house, so that you want money to come and build a new one? Will you not tell me? He said, sir, I will. Everybody went quiet. I said, that is why there are no schools. That is why there are no health facilities. That is why there is no light. That is why there is nothing happening. Because you have collected 10,000 naira or 20,000 naira as your own share. For the next 4 years, you will never see them again until 4 years later. That is not what I'm going to do. Trust me. As a private individual, I've been helping communities with transformer. My construction equipment, I only use it to grade roads around the Mbano, helping communities. I've been digging boreholes, giving contract from my private resources. So, for years, without knowing that I'm ever going to go into politics. So, trust me. Chido, they did. I won overwhelmingly without buying any single vote. But I was doing empowerment that I'm used to doing. Are you following me? And I'm only doing it to indigent people. Those rent collectors, they didn't collect 1 naira from me. Those political rent collectors, I didn't give them a chance. So, please, we need a new Nigeria. Nigerians know what they are doing. That's why they have risen up, the youths. They know that the only person who can guarantee them that future they want is Peter Obi.
Why do they say that people expected more of Buhari than what they have seen today?
Yes. Buhari is almost like Peter Obi in character. I don't know him personally, but that's what they say. Even my mother-in-law, my late mother-in-law, she was an ardent Buhari supporter, including my wife. Until I told them otherwise, I said, Buhari is surrounded by this type of people that you see in APC today. Are you following me? So that I don't see him being able to control them. That's what I said. I said it even after he won. I said it. In my press conference, I said it. Now, Buhari is an honest man. But he's old. He was old when he took office. And he was sick. Okay, a man who spent 8 months in London, does he know what was happening? He didn't know what was happening here. And then the vice president, a gentleman, a so-called man of God, instead of resigning, he stayed there and watched the oh my God.
Isn't that a problem?
It's not today that people will know what happened in this government. It will come out. The truth will come out.
If the man had resigned, will the same Nigerians, especially from his own ethnic area, not blame him for quitting the opportunity?
They will find somebody else from his ethnic. That man was a perfect gentleman. I used to like him. Yes, I used to like him a lot. But I'm disappointed that he didn't shout. Okay, the one that shocked me the most now, Chido, I was ready that after Buhari's state presidency, I will carry banner and campaign for Buhari's wife to become the first female president in Nigeria because of what she said, the actions she took, challenging Nigerians, shouting at what was going wrong. But why in the life of me, Aisha Buhari is campaigning for Tinubu? I will never understand that. I will never. She's the one who will come and tell Nigerians why.
What do you in the long run see as Buhari's legacy?
Well,
if there are some you remember.
The Electoral Act. It takes only a brave man with good intentions to have signed that Electoral Act. And the way he fought governors to a standstill over local governments, protecting their revenue. That was why I said, okay, I'm joining APC. After he made that announcement, after he did that. Are you following me? Because I have always believed that local government is where governance should start. If there were functional local governments all over the country, Chido, elected chairmen, not controlled by governors, elected councillors, tell me which electoral ward, where a kidnapper will be resident and it is not known to that councillor. Tell me the whole Nigeria, tell me. If there are functional wards, electoral wards, with elected councillors all over Nigeria, tell me how the government, because local government is the government in every local government area, they will know who is who, they will know all the criminals, and they will root it out. And there will be functional, there will be the economy of the rural areas will be vibrant. They will give all these small contracts that they used to give in those days. So all these strong boys will have work to do. They will be employed. You understand me? Yeah. There will be activity, economic activity. You know? And there will be less insecurity. So that's what Buhari did that endeared me to him. And this Electoral Act that he signed into law, it took a lot of bravery to do that.
Why is he almost lukewarm or tepid when he's campaigning for Bola Tinubu?
That I don't know. I'm not Buhari. That you should ask him yourself. Because I mean, I don't know the man. I've never met him. You understand? Well, so my only assessment is from his actions. This one now, I can't explain that. It's up to him to explain. I mean, he's a human being. That man, you think he doesn't know who he'll like to vote for. He has one vote. He knows who he wants to cast it for. You understand?
Are you suggesting he'll vote for Peter Obi?
It's not impossible. After all, at the campaign, he said people should vote their conscience. And he's the one who signed that electoral law into act to protect people's votes. It's not impossible. And they are alike. Both men are prudent men, honest men, with a lot of integrity. Nothing is impossible, Chido.
I thank you for this frank exchange. It's almost 30 minutes since we started chatting. Do you have any final thoughts on the direction of the country or of your own state, Imo State?
Chido, you know, when Boko Haram came up, that Western education is haram, I said something. I said I don't blame them. Because all the people who are running Nigeria, they are well educated and they behave like mad people. They are criminals. Criminal elements running the country. So that's what drove those men to that madness. That, look, is this what Western education will give us? So Western education is madness. Abomination, yes. Because these so-called Western educated people, they are behaving. Okay. What shocks me the most is that most of them, excuse me, I have flu. I hope I don't spread it around them. So they will live in England, they will live in America, they will be employed in their establishments, and they will be doing very well. Once they land at Lagos Airport, or Abuja Airport, or Port Harcourt Airport, it changes. So you don't blame them. And these boys agitating in Biafra, you don't blame the real IPOB and the real Masob. You don't blame them. You understand me? Because the Igbos are being marginalized, whether we like it or not, in Nigeria. So you don't blame them. They don't know anything about the war. They grew up and you tell them that the man, his friend from Katsina, has more rights than him in his own country. Or his friend from Lagos has more rights than him. He will not agree now. He will not agree. So, but we are going into a better Nigeria. We are going into a place of equity. We are going into a place of rule of law. We are going into a place that is governed by integrity. Where if you're hardworking, you will make it. Do you understand, Chido? So that's why I'm appealing to those in the southeast and those in the northeast. We are going to have a better, and southwest. We are going to have a better country. So everybody should calm down. Please don't be angry. I understand your anger and your frustration. Me, I said I wasn't going back to the Senate because I was frustrated. We're not doing anything there. As far as I'm concerned. I refuse to go back. They begged me, I refuse to go back. Because of what I saw in the Senate. Chido, we need a better country. Nigeria, as a matter of fact, if this country is fixed, people from other African countries will be coming to look for jobs there and they'll be available. They'll be available. Okay. So please, Nigerians, please temper justice with mercy. These people that have ruined our country, but let us help Peter to fix it. Thank you very much.